Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Young here and welcome to a trailer analysis for the new Elder Scrolls Online cinematic trailer. Get some fresh pans ready and prepare yourself for some of the most epic 5 minutes and 48 seconds of your life. So before my analysis, take a look at the trailer. See, I warned you about the fresh pants. There's tons to cover, so let's dive right into it. Right off the bat, we see members of the Ebonheart Pact, one of the three main factions in Elder Scrolls Online, consisting of Nords, Dunmer, or Dark Elves, and Argonians. We do get a close look at the Nord, with a very Skyrim-like armor, along with his Dark Elf companions. Dungeon crawling will of course make a return, a staple of the Elder Scrolls series, and a staple of tons of role-playing games for that matter. Now we have seen this kind of light spell in previous single-player Elder Scrolls games, so perhaps this is an indication that players will have to actively provide light in dark areas, either through spells like these or through torches, meaning that torches may make a return as well. Warpaint was a gameplay feature introduced for the first time in Skyrim, and it looks like Warpaint may be making a return in Elder Scrolls Online, and here we actually get to see some armor Warpaint. I don't know if this is just a trailer thing or if this is actually part of the design of this armor, but perhaps we'll also be able to customize the appearance of armor to some degree. Here we get a close look at what I am assuming to be bone wolves. These are creatures from the expansion Blood Moon that inhabit the land of Soulslime. They're not as bony as their Blood Moon counterpart, but you can still see a significant amount of their bones through their rotting flesh. Let me know if you have any other ideas as to what these creatures might be, but I think bone wolves are a pretty safe bet. This is one of those need fresh pants moments. Now, of course, this being a cinematic trailer, we don't get a realistic look at what combat is going to be like in the actual game. But if you're wondering, the combat in this game, it's a blend of what players are used to in Elder Scrolls along with elements from MMORPGs. Like in Elder Scrolls, players can play in third-person view, over-the-shoulder view, and even first-person view. The left and right clicks are to attack and block, and players have to actively target enemies to attack, although long-range weapons and abilities like bows and arrows or spells will have a soft targeting system. But essentially, for the most part, the combat system in Elder Scrolls Online will be very much active, much like in the single-player Elder Scrolls. You'll have to move around, aim, attack, and use skills actively. When it comes to skills though, players will have access to the usual MMORPG shortcut keys, which players can assign skills to using the number keys, which will give combat a certain flair, not seen in the single-player Elder Scrolls games. And we finally get to go outside for some fresh air, well, save for the smell of blood and flesh and dead bodies and whatnot. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cyrodiil. That giant phallic white tower in the background is known as the White Gold Tower, and if you've played Oblivion, you may have seen it and touched it. So these guys are unquestionably Imperials, the antagonist faction of the game, and also an unplayable race, at least for now. And now we get a first look at the Daggerfall Covenant, the faction that consists of the Orcs, Bretons, and Redguards. This man right here is most likely a Breton assassin who could easily be one of Desmond Miles' ancestors. I mean, check this shit out. What is this I see? Throwing weapons? Could they finally return in an Elder Scrolls game? Although keep in mind, this may just be a class skill or something, but the prospect is still there. Whether this is a weapon or skill is important because in Elder Scrolls Online, any race and class can use and equip any items, armors, and weapons. Now, of course, based on how you train your character, certain armors and weapons will prove to be more effective. But essentially, the game wants to give players as much freedom as possible in creating a class they desire, mixing and matching archetypes, while retaining balance. We'll see how that works out. But essentially, if throwing weapons make it into the game as a weapon rather than a skill, all other races and classes can use them, although perhaps not as effectively. Last but not least, we get a closer look at members of the Aldmeri Dominion, the faction that consists of High Elves, Wood Elves, and Khajiit. The woman in particular is either a High Elf or a Wood Elf mage. In my opinion, she looks more like a Wood Elf. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a face-off. and then the trailer just goes downhill from here, because, it ends and shit. Although they do give us one awesome announcement, which is that you guys can now sign up to be part of the closed beta. I've already submitted my application, so fingers crossed. So there you have it, folks. What did you guys think about the trailer? Did I miss any details? Let me know in the comments below. But before I take my leave, I need help from you guys deciphering what these little emblems are. I've tried comparing them with those found on the Elder Scrolls Online website, but none of them match. So if you recognize any of them, let our entire nation know in the comments below. In the meantime, be sure to join the nation and subscribe to Young Yeah to be further updated on Elder Scrolls Online along with other AAA titles such as Fallout 4, Skyrim, Grand Theft Auto 5, Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes, The Legend of Zelda, and much more. Also subscribe to Young Gaming for my Let's Plays. Subscribe to both and join the nation because every gamer needs a nation. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much, and Young out.